Today, this is my presentation for Assignment A for Management Information Systems, CIS 8. The objective of Assignment A is to prepare a business case for cloud computing to your CEO, board, and executives for the insurance firm. The following items, as per the agenda indicated, will be addressed as per the assignment and to the company officials. Good day to the CEO, board and executive members. Thank you for allowing me the time to present to you as a team on the business case for cloud computing. Firstly, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is an emerging computing technology that uses the internet and central remote server to maintain data and applications. It allows business to access data and program outside of owned computing environment. Very simply put, in the slide that I've prepared for you, you will see cloud computing can be software as a service provided, platform as a service provided, infrastructure as a service, and data as a service. Infrastructure is a significant cost to any organization, equally to our company as well, and we believe that by following the cloud computing model, we are able to save significant costs and reduce our total cost of operating. An overview of cloud computing. Access to the cloud service can be via any connectivity tools, any place, anytime. And you can, as the slide indicates, it's via smartphones, tablets, desktops, laptops, etc. And within the cloud, we have the entire structure that is needed that can be sourced or outsourced through a cloud computer. The cloud providers can provide the requirements as per our current operating requirements. I've further researched the insurance sector and I've summarized the experiences or feedback into these two tables. The first box, as you can see from BFSI, we can clearly see between 2011 and 2012 the insurance sector is growing steadily, and I would say it's a fairly significant amount compared to the other financial sectors. If you look at IBM and what IBM is telling us in terms of the 5 reasons businesses use the cloud, firstly, it offers a better insight and visibility. It makes collaboration easy. It can support a variety of business needs. It allows for rapid development of products and services, which is very applicable to us in terms of the market we operate within, and the results are proven. The benefits of cloud computing: reduce the total cost of IT ownership and operation, unify customer data, enabling customer centricity, drive new business and engage customers more effectively through new distribution models, handle peaks in demand more easily and at lower cost, reduce speed to market and drive new business opportunities, force a move to a service-oriented model and new innovation in systems design. Better manage intermediary relationship, which is a key factor within our business. Maximize renewals by customers. I must comment here that our business is becoming a really competitive environment, and we need to maximize renewals of customers. Supporting integration of third-party systems, agencies, and management systems. These items have been researched, and I have identified them through research articles and papers, specifically from Accenture, Ernst & Young, Booz Allen, etc. If you look at the disadvantages, there is obviously disadvantages in cloud computing as well, and the key issues that we summarize are data security and privacy, network connectivity and bandwidth, service unavailability due to power outage, dependence on outside agencies, limited flexibility, cost, knowledge and integration, long-term stability of service providers. And what I've seen is these are common issues shared by all operating businesses or insurance within the insurance sector. There is a sense of cautionary approach, and I think that these issues have become much more prevalent amongst the insurance business providers. If we look at the service model options, as indicated previously, we have various service models that can be deployed. We have the infrastructure model as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. The ultimate approach is business process as a service, which at this stage we are not proposing that, but we would rather present this and discuss it later as an option for consideration. We have extensively researched one of the best practices in terms of implementing cloud computing, and what we found within the insurance industry, which has been extensively uh, discussed and written about by Accenture. There's an article attached to it in 2012. Uh, and the best practice is taking the insurance sector from a product-centric environment to a customer-centric environment. And the first step in terms of commodity IT, which is normally a real capex expenditure, is a real cost driver for us. If we are able to reduce this infrastructure cost, we will reduce IT, total cost of operating, and capex, reducing infrastructure costs and increasing scalability. And obviously moving towards number two, which is getting closer to functional applications or within functional applications and closer to core business applications. And the other approach would be more ad hoc strategic enabler, looking at improving results in terms of better external data management and business intelligence approaches, reducing transparent transaction costs. And finally, I think where we all want to get to is being a customer-centric approach, an integral part of strategic development execution. And I see this as a new value-added service in terms of risk management. For example, the products that we offer to our vehicle insurance sector, which is driver telematics, which is now becoming a much more emerging issue within the insurance sector. In terms of deployment model risk, I think the three models that we have identified is public, hybrid, and private. Our biggest concern is likelihood of data security, privacy, and control breach. And we can see that normally these issues are more higher within the public and lower within the private. And it's something that we need to consider as we proceed, as we first take the next step into cloud computing. I think it's something that we've got to be mindful of. If I look at the service model, equally as the previous, the higher risk sits with the infrastructure and the lower risk sits within the service, within the software as a service. And the risk is normally the impact of loss of control and security breach. Financial analysis. We've taken the time to provide comprehensive financial analysis on the cloud options or cloud scenarios, which is private, public, and hybrid. We've taken the investment that we currently have, which is quite reasonable. If you look at private, we have invested 150,000, public 100,000, and hybrid 120,000. We see NPV value on the respective areas, internal rate of return. It's quite reasonable within public 30%. We see hybrid 22%, and we see private bringing us internal rate of 13%. Payback period, we see significant payback within the private cloud, equally within the public, and the hybrid seems to be very conventional returns that we do see there. Our profitability index, hybrid seems to be, or has been assessed as being the lowest, followed by public, and private being the most profitable area to follow. It's something that we've looked at. We've factored in the 10% discount rate. We also looked at the six years payment period, and we took this into consideration in terms of providing this financial analysis to you all. In terms of sensitivity analysis, in terms of the definition, it is to gain insight into which assumptions are critical, that is, which assumptions affect choice. The critical cost variables are the initial investment. That's what we've identified for the three scenarios, which is private, public, and hybrid. And I have seen that where the investment into private cloud, we find that the cost is significantly sensitive. The hybrid option seems relatively stable and an option that should be considered. In terms of recommendations, we would strongly recommend that we diversify between private and public clouds to ensure that the organization will maintain some control over business critical applications and data. Hybrid cloud options should be considered. Although the financial analysis indicates hybrid option is less favorable due to the nature of the insurance business, it is advisable to proceed with an option at this stage. As we mature, and I think as the insurance sector matures and the technology matures, we can relook at it. We need to assess our readiness based on the cloud maturity model. As indicated earlier, moving from 1 to 3, from product to customer centric, our recommendation is that we start at 1 and proceed to 2 and thereafter 3. In terms of moving up the cloud service models incrementally, this is what we propose, and we should base that on experience. And currently, infrastructure is a significant cost. Same with platform and software as a service. I think it's something that we need to look at carefully in terms of deploying these models. Our recommendation is that we follow the cloud maturity model, and the infrastructure as a service, we look at the non-critical items that we need to outsource. Data sensitive or personal sensitive information should be kept within our infrastructure until a point that we mature and technology is mature to proceed further. Thank you very much for the time that you've given me, and hopefully the business case presented will be convincing and compelling, and I hope that you make a favorable decision. Finally, in terms of references, the following references have been reviewed and researched to make sure that this presentation is possible. Thank you very much for your time.